Most people think there's only one way to invest in real estate, but in Sonoma County, there's 3 distinct strategies that can multiply your returns. And new legislation just made them even more powerful. Whether you're looking for a cash flow, short-term rental income, or long-term appreciation, this county's got unique advantages for each of these strategies. And a little-known tax regulation could lead to major savings, yet hardly anyone is talking about it. So if you've ever thought about investing here, understanding these 3 strategies is crucial. So let's dive in. But before we dive into the tax advantages, let me show you the 3 best ways to invest in Sonoma County right now. Each strategy targets different goals and different areas of the county. Strategy number 1, cash flow investments. The best areas for cash flow investments are Northwest and Southwest Santa Rosa, plus Roanoke Park. These areas have got lower average purchase prices with strong job markets and large employers nearby. Places like Russian River and Cloverdale have got the lower price points, but represent much further commutes to larger employers in Sonoma County. So downtown, Airport Business District, hospitals, key site technologies, and manufacturing and food production. West Santa Rosa and Roanoke Park represent convenient commute locations with more availability and lower price points than East Santa Rosa, Petaluma, Windsor, and definitely Healdsburg. Look specifically at sections D through N in Roanoke Park, Coffee Park, as well as surrounding areas, plus the 95403 and 95401 zip codes in Santa Rosa. For example, we sold 1335 Peterson Lane in Santa Rosa this past April for $825,000. This was a duplex in a nice northwest Santa Rosa location, and this exemplifies this strategy perfectly. On a larger scale, 8020 Beverly in Roanoke Park is a 40-unit apartment complex currently in contract for approximately $9 million with a 6% cap rate, right in a high-growth market. So strategy number 2 is short-term rental investments. Now, for STR investments, Sonoma, Healdsburg, and the Highway 12 corridor have the highest income potential, but also the highest prices. Some areas right outside city limits, like Holland Heights in Santa Rosa and Michael Drive in Sonoma, have got a unique proposition of public sewer and STR eligibility, giving a boost to income potential without the complications of a septic system limiting bedroom count. Healdsburg has got high potential, but it's difficult to find available properties near town. The Milk Barn area and the outskirts of Windsor are poised to perform well, given Windsor's recent ban on STRs. That's not just a ban on new ones. The town has removed licenses from over 100 vacation rentals in the town of Windsor, creating a sudden shortage of vacation rentals in this area. So a really interesting area to look at right now. If I was buying an STR today, I'd be looking in and around Windsor and Healdsburg, given the low supply of STRs compared to somewhere like the Highway 12 corridor. And with the new ban in Windsor, it just makes it even more interesting. Focus on East Side Road, north of Verata, Milk Barn area, Bayash, and close-in properties on Mill Creek. Perfect examples include 315 Balash Avenue with its large bedroom count on the edge of town. And then you got places like 872 Dragonfly positioned between Healdsburg and Windsor with a pool, as well as somewhere like 10946 East Side Road, which just needs a pool to maximize its potential. So strategy number 3 are appreciation investments. Now, for pure appreciation, it's a simple supply and demand equation. Target high demand areas with fixed low supply. Downtown Healdsburg, downtown Sonoma are special settings throughout the county. Downtown Healdsburg and Sonoma are examples of growth restricted areas with durable, high demand from an affluent client base that's buying lifestyle and not limited by the potential income for the property, giving these areas a really high ceiling. Another key to appreciation is buying things that can't be changed, like unique settings. A house can be remodeled, but it can't be moved closer to the town square. A view back into a park or being part of a desirable community are things that just can't be changed. The small premium for a better lot or a better street back into permanent open space like a regional park, or being perched with a view that can't be obstructed, even being in an HOA maintaining a high standard of homes, all aid to above average long-term appreciation. Take 226 First Street, for example, in Healdsburg. Our client bought it off-market with instant equity due to demand for low-entry downtown housing. Or 425 Tucker Street in Healdsburg, where the large lot on a premier street has still outpaced appreciation due to scarcity and a deep-pocketed buyer pool. And then we've got 9636 Lakewood Drive, which sold in 2023 for 1.275 and is now listed at 1.475 in a mostly flat overall market, showing the large demand for unique lakefront properties, and they'll get the price. All right, so now let's take a look at this tax reform. But before we dive into it, if you do want to transform the landscape for real estate taxation, please do subscribe to my channel. You'll receive early market access to updates, investment insights, and strategies to help you build wealth through Sonoma County real estate. So don't miss out. The game-changing tax reform that supercharges all of these three strategies. First, just to be clear, I'm not a financial planner or tax advisor, but we want to walk you through a hypothetical scenario to explain what's going on. So here's what happened in Washington that might impact your overall investment strategy. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act has just reinstated 100% bonus depreciation. Before this legislation, bonus depreciation was scheduled to phase out gradually. It was set to decrease to 40% in 2025 and would have been eliminated entirely by 2027. But it's now remaining permanently for assets purchased after January the 19th, 2025. This includes furniture, appliances, building improvements, and much more. But here's what's interesting though. There's a way of analysing your property using what's called a cost segregation study. And this is something most investors don't even realise. This study can prove that 25% of the property falls into a 5-year depreciation category, another 10% into a 7-year category, and another 10% into a 15-year category. But those categories could help you save over $260,000 in taxes on your first property alone, something we're going to discuss later when we examine the figures for someone earning $700,000 annually. We'll get to that shortly. Now, not all of this is eligible for a complete 100% deduction immediately, but if you buy a $1.5 million property, you could achieve $591,000 in tax savings in the first year through a cost segregation study. This isn't theoretical money. This is actual money you keep immediately due to its tax benefit. One of the most significant aspects of this change is its permanence. The previous version of bonus depreciation was temporarily creating uncertainty for long-term planning. This legislation eliminates that, allowing you to plan for the future. But that's just the beginning. When it comes to short-term rentals, our second strategy, we've got some advantages over traditional rental properties. So let's see why. So there's a specific regulation that allows short-term rentals with stays of 7 days or fewer to help reduce your W-2 income taxes. Traditional rental properties can't achieve this because they're classified as passive income. You need only meet one of 7 criteria to qualify, and the most straightforward is completing 100 hours of work on the property annually. That's it. 100 hours per year equates to approximately 18 minutes daily. I mean, you might already spend that much time reviewing correspondence about your property. What qualifies as work? Easy. Property management, guest communication, coordinating repairs, marketing the property, and maintaining financial records. And right now is the perfect time to put this strategy in place in those Windsor, Healdsburg areas I mentioned earlier. And here's where it gets really interesting. There's a specific zoning requirement for short-term rentals that most investors don't know about. I'll explain more in a little bit. Now, if you wish to offset W-2 income with traditional rentals, you must qualify as a real estate professional. For this, you need to spend more than 750 hours annually on real estate activities. Besides, you must have more than half of your working hours dedicated to the industry. With short-term rentals, the requirements are just that much lower. So it makes it possible. So let's say you work in tech in the Bay Area and you're earning $700,000 annually. You invest those 100 hours managing your vacation rental in Sonoma County, and then suddenly you can use those large tax deductions to reduce your regular income taxes. I mean, most high earners are completely unaware that this regulation exists. You can also structure a management approach to maintain enough control. With it, you can meet the requirements without making it a full-time commitment. The key is documenting everything. Keep detailed records of every task and the time invested. But the remarkable aspect becomes clear when you see the precise figures. The savings for someone earning $700,000 a year are out of this world. So right, let's compare the numbers for 2 scenarios. A $1.5 million property and a $2 million property. This is where theory meets reality. For the $1.5 million property, here's what we're looking at. So let's say annual income reaches $120,000, representing an 8% yield. Through cost segregation, first year depreciation hits $591,000. The QBI deduction adds another $13,200, which is 20% of the net income. So taking advantage of these opportunities is easier now than has been in years, especially when you consider those three strategies I outlined earlier. Total tax savings reach $271,000, and your net cash flow, including tax savings, becomes $337,000. That's an effective ROI of 22%. So let me put this in perspective. The tax savings of $271,000 reduced the property's net cost from $1.5 million that you paid to $1.228 million. You're getting essentially the government to subsidize your real estate investment. For the $2 million property, the benefits scale proportionately. Annual income increases to $160,000, first year depreciation then reaches $788,000, the QBI deduction $17,600, total tax savings $361,000, and your net cash flow, including tax savings, becomes $449,000. Again, a 22% ROI. These calculations combine federal and California tax rates. Besides, it also adds a 20% QBI deduction on qualified business income. And the cost segregation percentages are based on industry standards. So what's remarkable about these figures is that the tax savings of $361,000 reduced the property's net cost from $2 million to $1.638 million. That's an amazing reduction. Now, one of the most significant benefits of this strategy is that you're securing government funding to help you fund your investment. The 100% depreciation under the One Big Beautiful Bill Act represents a shift in real estate economics. But there's one more element that makes Sonoma County the ideal location for all three of these strategies. Why Sonoma County is the perfect investment location for all these three strategies? Well, all right, so as of May 2025, the average home price is approximately $828,000. And at the moment, we're talking about a 55% increase in inventory year over year, which provides a huge number of options for buyers. Properties under $2 million are definitely remaining more stable, and it's an easier market, making this market segment an excellent target across all three investment approaches. For short-term rentals specifically, the regulations here, they're clearly defined. I mean, the rules are relatively complex, but in 2024, of all the properties that came on the market, only 9% were eligible to be vacation rented. The key things are to look at the underlying zoning. So properties need to be in RR, AR, LEA, DA, or RRD zones to qualify, and also be outside of various exclusions and cap zones. I mean, it all sounds very complicated, but we've got a really good understanding of exactly where you can and where you can't buy an eligible property. And we actually do have a private client website where we only post eligible properties. I'll put a link in the description below for you to sign up to get access. And this is something that we provide to all clients that we're working with. Nobody makes it easier to find a qualifying property for any of these three strategies. And we also send out a weekly email with the best eligible properties in each category, each showing forecast income. So make sure to subscribe so you're always in the loop. Now, people generally love visiting this region. This is one of the premier wine country destinations in the world. So it's no surprise the consistently strong demand for vacation accommodation. Tourism generates large revenues and helps maintain rental incomes for STR properties. And then strong employment centers support cash flow investments in the same way. And the lifestyle appeal also drives the appreciation in some of the premium locations that we spoke about earlier. So with inventory increasing, it's easier to find properties that fit any or all of these different strategies. Think about it. Attractive pricing across all three types of investment properties, clear regulations that have never been walked back, consistent tourism demand, strong employment centers, and restricted growth in premium areas. Like, no wonder Sonoma County is a popular place to make your real estate investments. Mix all of that and you can create an ideal environment for these different types of investments. But none of this matters unless you understand how to implement each of these strategies effectively. I'm about to show you exactly how to do that. So to capitalize on these opportunities, high-income investors must have a clear, comprehensive plan for whichever strategy they choose. First, you must select the appropriate property based on your target strategy. For cash flow investments, then you need to look for homes in Northwest and Southwest Santa Rosa, plus Roanoke Park. Focus on properties with strong rental demand near major employers. For short-term rental investments, look for homes in zoning areas where short-term rentals are permitted. And then you need to focus on areas such as Windsor, Healdsburg area, and the Highway 12 corridor. These give you the best overall performance when you look at the purchase price and the gross incomes that you can expect. expect to get. For appreciation investments, then target downtown areas such as Healdsburg, downtown Sonoma, view properties, and unique settings that can't be replicated, like backing onto open space and green space. For vacation rental properties specifically, it's definitely worth seeking out properties that do require improvements, because these enhancements can provide more tax deductions. Next, you need to plan for material participation. This means maintaining detailed records of time spent managing the property according to the rules. Whether it's notes on the repairs or other rental activities, just make sure you document everything well. And you do need to structure your property management to maintain enough involvement. This helps you qualify while remaining efficient with your time. We actually work with a property manager. He's got a service offering designed to accommodate partial owners in this way. Then comes a tax planning component. Work with a qualified tax professional to conduct a cost segregation study. Plan your purchase and improvement timing to maximize the first year benefits. And you should also discuss structuring your business for depreciation and QBI deduction. For long-term success, reinvest your tax savings based on your chosen strategy. Use that capital to acquire more cash flow properties and then expand your vacation rental portfolio or target additional appreciation plays. Over time, you'll build a robust and diversified Sonoma County portfolio. The 100% bonus depreciation is now permanent. This provides a framework for your tax planning over the coming years. It also helps you accumulate wealth faster and offers many advantages over other types of investments. And it also allows you to use tax savings to continue expanding your portfolio. Now, let me explain the permanent advantage. The permanent advantage, the fact that 100% bonus depreciation is now permanent under the Big Beautiful Bill Act, transforms real estate investing. Before, bonus depreciation rules changed constantly, making long-term planning extremely difficult. Now that it's permanent, investors can finally make strategic, long-term decisions with confidence. And this is particularly beneficial for all three investment strategies. You can now plan your taxation across many years and properties, whether you're building a cash flow empire, a vacation rental portfolio, or accumulating appreciation assets. You can speed up wealth building with consistent tax savings, or maintain advantages over in other investment types, and even use those savings to continue expanding your portfolio. So in summary, the combination of the three distinct investment types in Sonoma County, cash flow, short-term rental, and appreciation, paired with the permanent return of 100% bonus depreciation, represents a huge opportunity, particularly for high-income W-2 earners. This powerful tax benefit allows you to take substantial first-year deductions, helping you offset income and retain more of your earnings and accelerate your plan to wealth regardless of which investment strategy you choose. By implementing any or all three of these strategies, you can grow your real estate portfolio more rapidly and efficiently while building long-term financial freedom through intelligent tax advantage savings. If this has been helpful and you're considering investing in Sonoma County, please reach out at david@BruingtonHargreaves.com. We also have a free ebook on finding vacation rentals, which can help you get started with the right strategy. As with any major tax strategy, work with an experienced tax pro and real estate expert to stay compliant and get the most out of your investment. The opportunities are strong, but success takes planning and excellent execution. Before you go, make sure to watch the next video linked here, where I'll share exactly where I'd recommend moving to in Sonoma County if I was starting fresh in 2025. If you're considering purchasing a home here, you definitely don't want to miss it. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. Until the next time, go well.